Yamuna Jira Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakaacharya Astotra Sata Sri Srimad Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajakaacharya Astotra Sata Sri Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananti Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Sri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Sri Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Sri Dwarka Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mayi Ki Jai. Yamuna Mayi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Gauda Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vishnu Patni Mahamaye. Mahapurusha Lakshane. Priyeta me Mahabhage. Lokamatar Namostate. Vishnu Patni Mahamaye. Mahapurusha Lakshane. Priyeta me Mahabhage. Lokamatar Namostate. Vishnu Patni Mahamaye. Mahapurusha Lakshane. Priyeta me Mahabhage. Lokamatar Namostate. Ladies,
Vishnuvatni Mahabhaye Mahapurusharashane Vivekame Mahabhage Lokamata Namostute
Vishnu Patni. O wife of Lord Vishnu, Mahamaye, O energy of Lord Vishnu, Mahapurusha Lakshane, possessing the qualities and opulences of Lord Vishnu. Priyeta, kindly be pleased, may, upon me, Mahabhage, O goddess of fortune, Lokamataha, O mother of the world, Namaha, obeisances, Astu, may there be, Te, unto you. After profusely offering obeisances unto Lord Vishnu, the devotee should offer respectful obeisances unto Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, and pray as follows. O wife of Lord Vishnu, O internal energy of Lord Vishnu, you are as good as Lord Vishnu himself, for you have all of his qualities and opulences. O goddess of fortune, please be kind to me. O mother of the entire world, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. The Lord has multifarious potencies. Parasya Shaktir Vivadaya Shruyate. Since Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is the Lord's very precious potency. See, it's addressed here as Maha-Maya. The word Maya means Shakti. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme, cannot exhibit his power everywhere without his principal energy. It is said, Shakti Shaktiman Abeda. The power and the powerful are identical. Therefore, Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is the constant companion of Lord Vishnu. They remain together constantly. One cannot keep Lakshmi in one's home without Lord Vishnu. To think that one can do so is very dangerous. To keep Lakshmi or the riches of the Lord without the service of the Lord is always dangerous. For then Lakshmi becomes the illusory energy. With Lord Vishnu, however, Lakshmi is the spiritual energy. Om Agyantimidandasya Gyananjana Chalakaya Chakshuru Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Sudhapatakamalам, Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha, Sri Rupam Sagrajatam, Sahakana Raghunathan Vitam, Tam Sajivam, Sadvaitam, Savadutam, Harijana Sahitam, Krishna Chaitanya Devam, Sri Radha Krishna Padan, Sahakana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktabinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyatis. Hare Krishna. I'm very grateful to be with all of you today. I came as a very insignificant little pilgrim coming to Delhi to offer my worship and my love to His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And you have received me so kindly and allowing me to serve you in this way. Thank you very much. Yesterday, during this very historic and glorious Vyas Puja of Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, for the first time we celebrated his appearance day in the feelings of separation from his Vapu. Shri Radha Shamsundar, Nitai Gaura Chandra, Srila Prabhupada manifested their love and their compassion so perfectly through him to all of you. And as difficult as it is for us to comprehend or experience, part of the perfection of the plan of the divine grace that Krishna gives us through the spiritual master is the responsibility we have after he is taken from the world. I was speaking with Rishi Kumar Prabhu yesterday evening about our own experiences of when Krishna took Srila Prabhupada from us in this physical realm. when there were great challenges, leaders of the movement, and actually everyone on some level is a leader. And taking responsibility for whatever level of leadership we may have, even if it's just leading our own mind and senses. Or to speak of a family or children or a Sankirtan party or disciples, zones, temples. Srila Prabhupada would say that this Krishna consciousness movement was to inspire and train people to be leaders. And he was actually speaking of everyone. To lead by our example. Anyone who is sincerely and earnestly following is a leader. And if we're trying to lead without following, then we're not, from a spiritual perspective, actually leaders. Yes, when the spiritual master is no longer physically here, he's not here to compensate directly for our mistakes or to come to or intervene in situations. So we have an even more deep responsibility to represent him than actually ever before. And that sense of responsibility is where we can find the deepest connection with Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj or our spiritual masters. Srila Prabhupada had said that you make progress in Krishna consciousness according to how you accept responsibility. And at such a time that so many of you are experiencing, it's almost impossible to comprehend what that really means until such a responsibility is there. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami gave his life, body, mind, soul to representing Srila Prabhupada. And now he is entrusting that legacy to his followers. That's a beautiful, wonderful, and enormous responsibility. And actually, none of us could do it. And that is why yesterday in his wonderful Vyas Puja lecture that was recorded and played for us, he was talking about unity and cooperation. Yesterday was like this also. Hadi. Yes, part of that responsibility, an inseparable part of that responsibility that Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami was pleading with all followers to accept, was to sincerely give our hearts to following his teachings on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. And together as a community, as an inseparable part of the worldwide community of ISKCON, to preserve and expand the legacy that Srila Prabhupada entrusted to him and Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami has so mercifully entrusted to us. To be grateful for that responsibility is to be grateful even for the hardships that it entails, and to express our gratitude through what is called tapasya, by remaining faithful, loyal, and enthusiastic. Thank you very much. Today we are speaking from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 19, entitled The Punksavana Ritualistic Ceremony. Text number 6. Very briefly, the context of this wonderful verse and purport. We're dealing with human nature and how great saints intervene with human nature to give the opportunity for Krishna to manifest. What is the difference between material and spiritual? This is one of the principles that Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas describe, is a distinction between the Amayavad or Brahmavad philosophy and the Vaishnava philosophy. Everything within this material existence, the 5 gross elements, the 3 subtle elements, are under the control of time. And therefore everything is temporary. Everything is constantly changing. In the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna tells, I am time, what is that power? What an inconceivable reality. Everything within the entire creation of all universes is constantly changing. So subtle that it is impossible for the senses to see how at every moment we're in the process of dying. Our cells are moving. The sun is changing. All the planets on the largest level and the smallest level. It's the subtlest and also the grossest of all experiences. We see destruction and devastation as a change, but actually things are changing always. So what is the power of time? So all-pervading within this creation, everywhere. It's like if you and me want to control something, there's, even with the internet, we can only control people who are on the same channel as us. What to speak of my words, my actions, my thoughts. But within all the universes of the entire cosmic manifestation, time from the atomic particle to the planetary systems, is always changing everything. And Krishna's a person. So ultimately, this time energy is not just some impersonal thing. The energy is emanating from and controlled by the energetic source, the Shakti. So everything is going to be taken away in this. Apareyamitastvanyam. Krishna tells, but beyond this external energy is the eternal soul, the Jiva, which is also an emanation from Krishna. The Tatashta Shakti is the Jiva's origin, Krishna's energy. So in this way, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. All material and all spiritual worlds are emanating from me. This Krishna spoke in the great Dham of Kurukshetra. Those who are wise and know this perfectly engage in my loving service and worship me with all their hearts. So when we understand this concept, Janmadya Shayata, everything is coming from Krishna, and Srila Prabhupada cites Parasya Shaktir Vivadaiva Shruyate. Krishna has many energies, and nothing exists outside of Krishna and its energies, in material or spiritual existence. And even when we try to become liberated from the control of all these energies, the idea of mukti is entering into the Brahma Jyoti, which is the rays emanating from Krishna's personal form. So everywhere is Krishna in that sense. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his very beginning teachings to Srila Sanatana Goswami, he states, Jivara Swarupoi Krishnara Nityadas. That the nature of every soul, wherever there's life, is we are eternally the servants of Krishna. And the jiva is, the soul is of this Tatashta Shakti, which is simultaneously one with Krishna and forever different from Krishna. Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitana. Krishna is the supreme origin, and we are always subordinate to Krishna. So when we see this material energy as Krishna's property, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, and Samsiddhyaraditoshanam, whatever we do, whatever we think, whatever we speak, our abilities, our intelligence, the resources of creation, everything, its proper utilization is to be engaged in pleasing Krishna through devotional service. Here we find Kashyapa Muni. One wife is Aditi and the other is Diti. A very variegated family. Well, one of the children of Aditi is Indra. And Diti, she gave birth to Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. among so many others. Now, as we know, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were of the most exploitative, arrogant asuras or demons. And they were especially enemies of Indra, their cousin. And because of all the trouble they were causing, Lord Vishnu came as Varaha. He liberated Hiranyaksha and his Lord Narasimhadev in a most dramatic way. He liberated Hiranyakashipu. Titi's the mother. She knows what's going on, but still she has her motherly nature. And she's very brokenhearted. And my children are dead. And she didn't want to blame Vishnu, because what did she do about that? She blamed Indra because of you. So she requested Kashyapa Muni, who was a very great yogi and a very great devotee, please fulfill my desire. And he saw she was very brokenhearted, and he said, yes, I will fulfill. She said, I want a son that will kill Indra. Now, he already gave his word that he would teach her how to do it. And he couldn't go back in his word, but he realized that this is actually a big mistake. So he gave her this particular ritual, which is nothing but a ceremony of devotional service to Lord Vishnu. Many intricate details in it of how to keep clean and all these different tapasyas, but it's all oriented toward worshiping Lord Vishnu. When we take initiation, Srila Prabhupada and our Acharya, Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, would have us recite this beautiful verse. Om apavitro pavitro va sarvavastam gatopiya. Yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhayabhyantarasam. Whether we are pure or impure, or even having passed through all situations of life, one who remembers the beautiful lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes purified within and without. I was not expecting such a reaction. Thank you. In yesterday's lecture, Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj cited the powers of the holy names. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And he told how he approached Srila Prabhupada. There was a cinema in India that was actually criticizing the Hare Krishna movement. But it was named after the Hare Krishna movement. So devotees were very disturbed, and he went to Srila Prabhupada. He said, it is good because they will chant Hare Krishna. Krishna is all attractive, and his holy name is all attractive. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established this Sankirtan movement in the public, he began in the very difficult situation of the Jankazi's persecution from Srivasangam, where it was all among the most intimate, loving associates in his eternal Upanishads. He brought it to the world outside. And Srila Prabhupada established Rathayatras and Harinam Sankirtan and book distribution to profusely, publicly flood the world with Krishna's holy names, Krishna's holy message. So Diti was following this. And Indra, he understood that if she completes this ceremony very nicely, then he's going to die. And there was nothing he could do with all of his powers as long as she was following it properly, the ritualistic process. But somehow or other, he found that she was one. After some time, she was quite tired because there was a lot of tapasya doing this. She was inattentive for just a moment. And in that time, he went in. So please know, Maya's like that. She's just waiting for us to be inattentive so she could come and try to spoil our lives, distract us, divert us. So there was the child in her womb. And Indra, with his thunderbolt, he cut the child into 7 pieces. But because this child was so much influenced by worship of Lord Vishnu and the grace of Lord Vishnu through that worship, Indra saw, instead of killing one child by cutting him to 7 pieces, spirit souls entered into all 7 of them. And they were all there. And this is not like the type of birth of just ordinary people that we know. This is Indra, Diti. This is celestial realm. So they're all sitting there. And then Indra, with thunderbolt, cuts all 7, each one into 7. And suddenly there's 49 little babies looking at him. And then they come out because they're actually praying to Indra for mercy. They're saying, actually, you're our cousin brother. Please, why are you doing this to us? We're not going to harm you. So they actually became friends. This gives hope in this crazy world. And they came outside, and Diti, awakens, and she sees there are 49 of her babies sitting like in a sangam, and they're best friends with Indra. And because she was doing this yajna for Vishnu, she became purified. The children became purified. And in the association, actually, even Indra became, he's already a great soul, but his mentality became purified. And he begged forgiveness from Diti, from his heart. I'm sorry, actually, I came here to kill them because I was afraid. But because you worship Vishnu, I can't. Therefore, I beg forgiveness from you. Please know there's no danger. I will not harm them. And now they're my friends. They're my brothers. They were called the Maruts. And the children said, no, we asked permission to go with Indra to assist him. And Diti was very happy. She said, yes, Indra, you are like my son, you go. So this wonderful story is told by Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know what actually were the procedures of that particular yajna that DT offered in devotional service to Vishnu. And that is what we are reading today. Here, as part of the prayers of this wonderful offering, there is an address to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his Shakti, who is called here Vishnu Patni Mahamaye. The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. Because in the path of bhakti, worship of the Lord cannot be separated from worship of the supreme Shakti, the Hladini Shakti, the ultimate devotee of the Lord. And at the same time, we cannot separate the energy of the Lord from the Lord or the Lord from the energy of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada gives very simple analogy, quoting Srila Jiva Goswami, something that we all have experience of every day. There is the sun and the sunshine. Can they ever be separated? The sun cannot exist without emitting sunshine, and the sunshine cannot emit without the sun emitting her. And the way we get the benefit of the sun is through the sunshine. Bhakti, the practice of devotional service, is actually a manifestation of the energy of Srimati Radharani. Srila Prabhupada is describing this, and it is so practical and so essential. If this principle that is in this purport could just be understood and practiced, there would be peace on earth. Bhoktaram yagyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatvam shantim rikshati. Srila Prabhupada described this peace formula. And there's no possibility of real sustainable peace unless we understand these ideals. That everything that exists is God's property. Everything that exists within this entire creation is the energy of Lakshmi. And therefore everything should be used for the pleasure in the service of the Lord. Kamsa. When Yogamaya was born of Yashoda in Gokul, Mahaban, Vasudeva brought her back to Mathura. And when she came into the prison cell, she was Yogamaya, but when Kamsa entered, she became Mahamaya. Now Yogamaya is accommodating the sweetest, most intimate, loving pastimes of Goloka Vrindavan. She was coming from Gokul. But that same energy, she can never be touched by materialistic people. She transforms. As soon as Kamsa looked at her, she became Mahamaya. And when Kamsa went to kill her, he lifted her up. She's a little baby who's just born hours before. A girl. She slipped out of his hands and manifested in the air her form of Durga. Who is Sri Radharani, Lakshmi, Sita, who is manifesting as the external goddess of material energy. And she's not holding a lotus flower or a flower garland. She's holding all weapons, swords, and clubs, and bows and arrows. And she's not dancing. She's sitting on a lion. Not just an ordinary lion. Even Kamsa was afraid. He understood there's nothing I could. He was thinking, my sister, Devaki, gave birth to Durga. Maybe I should beg forgiveness for what I've done to her. It was definitely an awakening. Yes, we are fighting over what property is mine, what fame or recognition or prestige is mine. There's battles in homes. There's battles in communities, battles among castes, battles among races, battles among religions, battles among nations. And it all comes back to this simple basic principle. If we don't understand this, there is inevitable battles that are imminent. And that is everything is Krishna's property. Nothing belongs to me. I've been entrusted for pleasing Krishna. And our scriptures go through such magnificent graphic explanations of this principle. Ravana, how powerful he was. He took Sita for his own enjoyment. He separated her from Ram. And we read in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Lord Chaitanya discovers from Kurma Purana that actually Ravana cannot touch Sita. It was that same principle we have been discussed. As soon as Ravana came, Sita became the external energy, Mahamaya. And just close by, that took place in Nasik, close to Mumbai, Panchavati, where Ravana kidnapped Sita. He wanted to enjoy the beauty of Ram's nature for himself. He wanted to steal Lakshmi from Narayan. In Vrindavan, Srimad Bhagavatam tells story on the day of Holika, or Holi. Just after Nanda Maharaj and the Brijabasis celebrated Shivaratri by giving honor to Lord Shiva, soon after that came what we know as Gaur Purnima. And Krishna, Balaram were in a forest just at Govardhan Hill. There's an area of Shamvan, Kusum Sarovar, They were playing in that forest, and it was the nighttime. Everything was so beautiful. Krishna and Balaram, to please gopis, they were singing. And the description that Sukadev Goswami gives of their singing, it's totally incomprehensible to us. Ragas is combination of various notes within a melody. Krishna and Balaram could sing the entire scale of every note simultaneously. Each of them. Nobody can do more than one at a time. Sa-re-ga-ma-pa-da-ni-sa. Can only do one at a time. But Krishna was singing all of the ragas simultaneously, all the notes at every moment. And they were all in the absolute perfect harmony with one another. And so was Balaram. The sound of their voices, unimaginable when Krishna plays his flute in the moonlight. And now, that same potency, he's singing in the moonlight, both for the purpose of giving happiness to the gopis, his beloved devotees. And they were singing about the beauty of the moon, of Purnima, the beauty of the stars, the sweetness of the blooming jasmines, and all the humming of the bees who were mad after the sweetness in the environment. Everything was just sweetly ecstatic. And the gopis feeling Krishna's love. Could you imagine Krishna singing like this just for you? And dancing. Each gopi's feeling like that. And they're reciprocating by singing the glories of Krishna. And Krishna's reciprocating by pleasing them more and more. So this was the atmosphere in this very, very confidential part of Govardhan that Krishna, Balaram, and gopis were celebrating holy. Now there was a servant of Kuvera. Kuvera is treasurer of the Devatas. So he has unbelievable amount of wealth by our perspective. Shankachuda, he was so wealthy, he was so intelligent, he was so powerful, he was a celestial being, and he was extremely proud because he had a most precious, magnificent jewel that can't even be calculated by value, and he proudly kept it in his crown. And he sing the beauty of gopis and Sri Radharani. He desired to enjoy them for himself. And he was so bewildered by his infatuation toward his own arrogance, his own ego, which was in his own illusory way, it was justified by his incredible power and wealth. He was thinking that I am the enjoyer. So right in front of Krishna and Balaram, he picked up a stick. and started shaking his stick to steal away the gopis and bring them in the northern direction. Very, very, very powerful personality. And he's literally driving the gopis north, away from Krishna and Balaram. And the gopis are crying out, "Oh Krishna, oh Ram, help us, help us." Krishna and Balaram are watching this happen. And they both picked up logs from the sal tree and attacked Shankachuta. They were very angry. Sometimes in material life, when we see how situations unfold, we become sober. When he saw Krishna and Balaram coming to kill him, they looked so ferocious. They looked like time and death together coming for him. He realized, I made a big mistake. And here now is the great, powerful Shankachuta, who was moments before taking Radha and gopis away from Krishna Balaram. Now he leaves them behind and runs away as fast as he can. Material nature is like that. It infatuates us, and then we realize that actually material life is hopeless. So he ran away. And Balaram stayed back to take care of gopis because they were very tired and disturbed by this whole ordeal. Krishna attacked Shankachuta. He ran after him a long distance and caught up with him. And Bhagavan Shamsundar, with his fist, he hit Shankachuta on the head. And do you all know what happened? His head came off. In other words, he was dead. And Krishna took that beautiful jewel and brought it back. And they came to the clearing of the forest of Vrindavan at Govardhan. And all the gopis were looking at Krishna's holding this precious heavenly jewel. And each were thinking, will Krishna give to me? And Krishna, wanting everybody to be very happy, he gave the jewel to Lord Balaram. And later on, Balaram, knowing Krishna's purpose, secretly gave that jewel to Srimati Radharani. So that is the tendency, whether it's Ravana or Shankachuta. We want to enjoy what is meant for Krishna's enjoyment. And that is the seed of all the sufferings within the entire creation. But to understand in the spirit of a servant, of the servant, of the servant, the love of Krishna and his divine potency, Lakshmi Narayan, Sitaram, Radha Govinda. That is the process by which, that is the sacrifice by which we can actually discover the happiness that we're looking for. So in this verse, and this is happening in a previous yuga, Kashyapa Muni is giving this particular type of sacrifice with various mantras to Diti. And we see how the whole situation is transformed because of the vibration of a connection with Lord Vishnu. Srimad Bhagavatam describes those who have intelligence in this age of Kali. They will chant the holy names of the Lord, because this is the yajna for this age of Kali. Kalera dosani de rajan asti ekumahan guna. Kirtanadiva Krishnasya mukta sangha parapraje. This age of Kali Yuga, which is an ocean of faults, there's one great benediction. And that one great benediction outweighs all of the faults in this oceanic place of complexities. That by simply, sincerely chanting the names of Hari, one can attain the supreme perfection. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us this Maha Mantra, where we are so perfectly in harmony with this verse. We are honoring, worshiping, and chanting the names of Lord Vishnu and Lord Vishnu's consort. Both. There are many names of the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is worshiping of Radha and Krishna together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord instructed Nityananda Prabhu and Thakur Haridas to take this Hare Krishna mantra and give to everyone. That was the mood of Srila Prabhupada. That was the mood of Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And that is the mood we have been entrusted with. And I'm supposed to end, but I'm going to tell one more story. Lord Nityananda Prabhu, for the pleasure of Lord Chaitanya, because Lord Chaitanya wanted all living beings to have the opportunity to love Krishna. Prema Pumarta Mahan. This was the essence of his message, that the ultimate goal of life is to love Krishna. Purushartha Siromani, the goal of all goals, the crest jewel of all attainments, is to love Krishna. Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. And Nityananda Prabhu, to please Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was so enthusiastic to give love of Krishna through the holy names of Krishna. And he empowered his beloved devotees in the same way. There was one devotee, his name Gadadhar Das. Gadadhar Pandit is an incarnation of Srimati Radharani as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's constant, loving, intimate associate. And Gadadhar Das is the incarnation of the luster, the effulgence of Srimati Radharani. Her love as it's radiating to the world. He was living in a village in Bengal. And in that village, there was a Qazi, a ruler, who was personification of envy and cruelty. He hated devotees. He violently hated any religion other than his own misconception of religion. He was so sinful, so cruel. It's described in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavatam. It's also mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Gadadhar Das. He was so cruel, this Kazi, that if the air that touched his body touched anyone, they literally considered themselves to have lost all their spiritual qualifications. So it's nighttime, and Gadadhar Das runs right into the Kazi's house. Now, he's a ruler. He has ministers, he has militaries. He runs right into Kazi's house, loudly chanting the holy names of Krishna. He was chanting Hari, 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 Hari. And the guards of the house, they couldn't believe what Gadadhar was doing. He wasn't big or strong. He was just a sadhu. He comes running in, Hari, 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 Hari. And they're sitting there looking at him. Ordinarily, they would kill him immediately. They didn't know what to do because he was just so happy. He was so happy, and he was so spontaneous, and he was so totally fearless. In fact, he looked absolutely intoxicated by the holy names. So bewildered, they were just watching. And Gadadhar's loudly chanting Hari Hari, and then he cries out very loudly, "Oh, foolish rascal, Kazi. Immediately you chant the name of Hari, or I will sever your head." This is bold preaching. Kazi's in another room. He hears this. He's angry as fire. He comes running with blazing red eyes, ready to kill this person who's insulting him in his own home. What to speak of defiling it with some other religious names? He comes running in, and he sees Gadadhar, who's so simple and so sweet and so compassionate and so kind. But the Kazi was disarmed. Instead of killing Gadadhar, he said, "Gadadhar Das, why have you come here in the middle of the night? What do you want?" Gadadhar Das replied, "Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda have descended into this world to remove all inauspiciousness and deliver everyone of their sins by getting us to chant the names of Hari. And everyone is chanting the names of Hari except you, Kazi. So on behalf of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, I have come to tell you, you must chant the name of Hari." Kazi was shocked. He said, "Gadadhar Das, it's night." He said, "Just go home." He said, "Tomorrow I will chant Hari." Gadadhar Das was so happy. he began leaping and dancing and dancing and dancing all over the house of the Qazi. And he said, "Why do you say tomorrow? From your lips, you already spoke the name Hari." That means all inauspiciousness is gone from your life. And the Qazi became a great devotee. So this is the principle of this wonderful verse. That Krishna is all attracting, but Krishna's pavitra is all pure. And Srimati Radharani, his Ladini Shakti, is the supreme personification of all love, all devotion, all mercy, all compassion. So what is the gift that Srila Prabhupada has given us in the form of this Harinam Sankirtan? Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan. It is the supreme benediction for all living beings. We have come to Delhi to honor His Holiness Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who in so many historic, unparalleled ways have shared through his love for Krishna, love for Prabhupada, and compassion to all of us, has given us a chance to be part of the Sankirtan movement, which can make enemies into loving friends, which can transform illusion into supreme reality. And I'm just seeing Shakshi Gopal Prabhu, and I'm just remembering one of the attributes from this ocean of attributes of Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami. Srila Prabhupada, he wanted many temples in Delhi, and there are many temples in Delhi. He wanted preaching in Russia, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj, one of the first people, and to his last breath, was inspiring preaching in Russia. He wanted a temple in Africa, and he built a temple in Nairobi, beautiful temple. But one of Srila Prabhupada's very dear desires was Kurukshetra. And practically the whole world forgot that was one of Prabhupada's very, very strong desires. There are many letters of Prabhupada writing to his different leaders how he wanted a beautiful, magnificent temple of Krishna Arjuna in Kurukshetra. And he wanted preaching and education in Kurukshetra University. And it's happening. Because Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, every detail possible of what will please Srila Prabhupada, he gave his life to fulfill. I congratulate you that you have received his mercy. Thank you very much.
हम महाराज का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देते हैं. So we really thank Maharaj. We don't have time for questions. We are sorry for that. Maharaj will not take questions. So we really thank from our heart that Maharaj has come here and spent so much time with us. And he has given such a nice lecture, amazing, insightful, as I said earlier, insightful. We were just immersed into the lecture. We could visualize what Maharaj was speaking. So we are very, very thankful for Maharaj for being here. And how many of us want Maharaj again? Okay. So if you want Maharaj again, then one loud Hare Krishna. This has to be really, really, it has to reach to Gadhi. Gadhi is a village, Maharaj, just next to the temple. So they should also know that something is going on in the temple right now. Something amazing is happening. So we have to express this now. This is our turn. Maharaj has already given his lecture. So now, come on, take a deep breath. This has to be really deep. Okay. Now, raise your hands. Okay. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Hare Hare! Hare Rama! Hare Rama! Rama Rama! Hare Hare! So, we hope that was enough for bringing Maharaj again to Delhi. So we really, really thank Maharaj for being here. And thank you. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Okay, so after. So after Maharaj's nectar, amazing nectar, so there is another nectar awaiting you, and that is prasadam. So of course prasadam is there, although today is Saturday, we don't have prasadam in the morning, but today on this special occasion we have prasadam for all of you. So you can go to gate number 4, Pandal, and prasadam is waiting for you. And for the senior devotees, prasadam is at the Govinda restaurant, so they may proceed towards the Govinda restaurant. It's Dwadashi feast. Yes, today is Dwadashi feast on the occasion of the Vyasa Puja of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So please partake this prasadam. And tomorrow, more nectar is coming from His Holiness Bhakti Ashray Vaishnav Swami Maharaj. So Maharaj is here tomorrow morning and evening. Afternoon lectures will be given by Maharaj. So we have great festivity waiting. So please be present tomorrow also. Hare Krishna.